My name is Kirsten Kennedy, for those of you who have never taken class with me. I just have a small studio here in Fredericksburg. It's a home-based studio. Is this anyone's first barre class? Or like first of 3 barre classes? Well, anyways, if it's your first barre class, I'll just go over a couple things. It's a lot of repetitive movement in barre, and if done incorrectly, we can stress the knees, we can stress the hips and the back. So it's really important to think about these movements as small and slow. I will go over some of the foot positions for you, and this class is accessible hopefully for everyone who's watching, and I will be offering modifications as well for you. So first of all, the foot positions that we'll be working in today. First position, heels together, toes apart, and I like to work heels connected the whole time. What happens is that will help you get into the glutes, and so that you're not overworking the quads. Now with the glutes, we don't want to think like we're squeezing them the whole time. There's a lot of other stuff happening. So the heel squeeze will be one thing. When we have first position, we also want to think about our inner thighs back here connecting together. It's like they're kissing together. That will be helpful to help work those external rotators, but also work the glutes as well. When we releve, so when we lift the heels, if we have any kind of toe issues, we don't have to lift very high. We can lift very small. You'll still get a nice burn effect in the legs. Second position will be the same turnout of the feet, but now we're going to be a little bit wider. So knees and ankles will be in line with one another. So when we plie, that just means when we bend the knees, those knees and ankles will be in alignment with one another. And then we'll also work parallel positions, so just feet parallel. We want to focus on working from the whole foot, not just the heel, not just the toes. So working on the whole foot, there will be some times when we're going to be rocking back onto the heels or onto the toes, but that's just going to, just to be helpful. So one other thing, if you have props, I like to use these. I'll add them in, but if you don't have them, don't worry. You can definitely do this work without them. This is just a band. It's like a little mini band. It just adds a little extra tension in the legs or arms, whatever you're using. And then these are just free hand weights. 2 or 3 pounds is enough. If you're feeling really good, if you have 5, go for it, but you don't have to do that. This is my first Facebook Live class video. I'm very used to teaching with music, so this will be a little different. So remember to breathe. And then before we get started, just a little difference. Most of us tend to be quad dominant, so let's focus on, yes, we're gonna work the quads, yes, we're gonna work these legs here, but we also wanna focus on waking up the glutes. We're at home for the most part, right? So we might find that we're sitting a lot more than usual. So we really wanna keep the glutes active and working to help support the low back. So let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and come onto the floor. Oh, and if you don't have a barre, let me just show you what I'm working with today. I have a barre, but if you don't have one, a chair, a couch, a tabletop, countertop, whatever you're working with, you just need it for a little mild support, so don't worry about it. All right, so let's go ahead and come into all fours. We're gonna start hands under shoulders, knees under the hips, spread into the fingers, and try to find a nice neutral pelvis here. So with neutral, we don't want to feel this arch, we don't want to feel this tuck, so just feel a long spine. Now can you spread the sits bones? So spread open the sits bones, feel some tension in the legs, and let's just begin some cat and cow. So we're going to switch the breath here. We're going to inhale into our cat. So just tuck the chin, breathe into your mid back and spine. And then as you exhale, open and arch. So just a few rounds here. Close your eyes, inhale, round into the back. And as you exhale, open the collars, open the sits bones. 4 more here, and you can really wave through the spine, moving vertebra by vertebra, so just bone by bone, and then just rounding. All right, last 3. If it's available to you and if you feel comfortable with it, I like to do this warm up with my eyes slightly closed or just a soft gaze, just to kind of tune into my body and see how I'm feeling today. 1 more here, so just inhale into that mid-back round, tuck the chin, pull the abs in, and then open, exhale, collarbones, spread the glutes, spread the sits bones. All right, now from here, if you have a mat and you need some extra cushioning, go ahead and roll it up. But we're gonna untuck the toes. We'll sit the hips back to the heels for a moment. Now, if you have knees that are a little achy or tender, feel free to keep the hands on the mat and just work from here. Hands will stay on the mat. Otherwise, we're going to lift the seat. So squeeze the glutes, reach the arms forward, and then inhale, sit back. So the key is squeeze on the exhale, squeeze the glutes, press the pelvis forward. Inhale, sit back, reach the fingers. We want to think about spreading the glutes as we come back. Inhale, heels tap the glutes, glutes tap the heels. Exhale, squeeze up. We'll do 4 more. Inhale, back. Exhale, squeeze. So really focus on pressing the pelvis forward. Inhale, back. So we don't actually rest the tush down. We keep it hovering over the heels. Last 2. And then 1 more. Now, if you'd like, you can add weights. If you have weights, go ahead and grab them. If you don't, we're just gonna continue, but just flipping the arm work here. So we're gonna reach, press the arms back, open the chest, inhale. Reach the arms forward, sit back, tuck the chin slightly. Squeeze and lift, open. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze, collars open, sit back. So we'll do this 6 more times, opening and sitting. Think tall spine, ribs stacked over the hips. Last 3. 2, really send the tush back, feel the core engage. And then 1 more, send the tush back, hover. Now press your arms back. Separate those sits bones, and then we're just gonna press the hands back. It's okay if you don't have any weights here. Just think about the shoulder blades squeezing. Fingertips and arms are really long. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Hold it, pulse the hips up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Go ahead and lower the weights, lower the hands. We'll come into a little bit of a plank warm-up. So your choice. If you have wrists that are tender, feel free to be on your forearms. Otherwise, we'll stay onto our hands. Kneeling or full. Now remember, if we're kneeling, our body is in a plank, we're pushing the floor away. And then if we're tucked with our toes, same thing, just knees are lifted. So go ahead, find your first plank. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna time you. So breathing into this, feel your inner thighs rotate to the ceiling. Feel the hands reach through the floor. And then lengthen your spine. Feel the tail pull back, the heart reach forward. Breathe, we're almost there, halfway there. Feel that strength as you push the floor away. Feel the navel pull up and in. Brace that core. Last 9. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Lower the knees down, child's pose, sit the hips back to the heels. Just take a moment here. All right, we're gonna find our plank again. Let's go ahead and come onto our forearm this time. So we think elbows right underneath of the shoulders. You can have your hands free or you can interlace your fingers. If you take that finger interlace, no death grip. So don't squeeze the dear life out of your hands. Relax just a little bit here. All right, so we're gonna do some kneeling work. We're gonna step back into a forearm plank. So step back if you can. If you have to be on your knees, that's fine. Otherwise, we're gonna tap the right knee down and then switch, and tap and switch. Keep going. We're gonna do about 15 more here. Now you wanna keep your shoulders really steady. Don't let your hips kind of rock around. You wanna think as flat as a board as you can be in the body. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Try not to break here. Hold. Now both knees, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Last 10. Reach through those heels, tap the knees barely. 8. Keep breathing. Don't clench that jaw. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and then 1. Lower the knees down, reach your hips back into child's pose. Rest here for a moment. All right, so we have a really strong relationship of our butt and our core. The two of them have to work together. They both have to be strong in order to be strong, right? They rely on one another. So let's go ahead and come to standing. We're going to, warm up the heart rate a little bit. Mine is already warm. So let's go ahead, and this is a good time. If you have a band, this is a good time to put it on. So an easier variation would be to take the band above the knees. Something a little bit more difficult, you'd go to about mid-shin, mid-calf. Something really difficult around the ankles or around the feet, I'm gonna stay pretty easy. If you don't have a band, don't worry about it. We're going to sit back. So we have this hip hinge, but notice how flat and long I'm trying to keep my spine. Hold here, and then we're just gonna step. We're gonna go right, left, right, left. Now for those of you who don't have a band, can you create resistance? So imagine that you're moving through mud instead of just flinging the legs side to side. Reach the tush way back, spread your sits bones. This is also, if you have weights, you can add them, and you can either open, close, whatever feels comfortable, hands wherever's comfortable. All right, keep going, pressing out. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold, sit back. Notice my spine. Weight is in the heels for this one, really long. It's like you're trying to hover over a chair. Exhale, squeeze up. So inhale, sit back. Exhale, squeeze. Press, squeeze. Lift your toes here for a moment so that you can really transfer your weight to your heels. When we work pressing through the heels, we can connect deeper to the glutes. 5 more. Last 4, 3, 2, and on our last one, we're gonna reach back, hold. Hold it here, press those knees out so we keep them nice and engaged, outer thighs engaged, little pulses. Hold the abs in, reach the tail back. Keep going, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Stand it up. If you have a band, take it off. Last bit of standing work before we get to the bar. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a reverse lunge series. So we'll start. Everything that I try to teach, we start in something that's kind of the easiest variation, and then we add intensity to it. So we'll start parallel position with the legs. We'll start with the right leg. So just tap the right leg back, shoulders over the hips, and then just step up. Back and up. Back and up. So think, you can think about it, look forward instead of down. You look down, you go down. So look forward, look straight ahead. All right, last 4 here. Last 3, 2, and then last 1, we're gonna add on. So we're gonna go back, you can stay with that variation, or reach. Back, pull the knee up. This is where you might want a bar, pull. Back, and pull. 5 more, back, exhale, inhale, last 3, should feel that in your left glute and quad, 2, and then 1, final variation, we step back, we tap the fingers down, and then we lift up. Fingers tap and lift. So now the body will go forward and lift. 5, 4, it's your workout though, so you choose your variation. 3, 2, and then last 1. Shake out that left leg. All right, let's move to the other side. So, strong right leg, step back with the left, and tap. We step back and tap. Inhale. I like the breath helping me with the movement, but for those of you who aren't used to that, it can be frustrating. So just breathe. Doesn't matter how. 5, 4, last 3, 2, and then 1. Let's go ahead and add that leg lift. Inhale back, exhale. Inhale, inhale. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Let's add the tap. Fingers to the floor, exhale up. Fingers to the floor, and lift. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, I need a break, 2, and 1. Shake it out. All right, so we're gonna move on to our bar work. Like I said, countertop, chair, couch, table, whatever. If you've been practicing bar for a while, you might not need anything to hold on to. So it's completely up to you. All right, so we're gonna start in second position. So remember, second position, toes are turned out. And then we wanna think, pliés are not squats. Pliés are not this deep squat down and high lift up. We wanna focus on keeping the pelvis and chest in alignment. I don't like the word tuck because it causes a lot of people to do this thing, and that's not good for your spine. It is a lift up of the front of your hip bones. It is a pulling up of your entire rib cage, back, front, and sides. Now go ahead, lightly have your hands where they'll be, and then we'll just inhale down. Feel that stretch, be a little stretch here. Exhale, drive through the outside edges of your feet, press up. Inhale down, exhale, press. Keep it going. As we focus on this movement, we focus on the lift. Lift. Feel the kneecaps, lift. Feel the seat, lift. The pelvic floor, lift. Last 5, 4. We don't want to lock the knees out, keep them a little soft. 3. Last 2. And then 1, hold it low, little pulses up and down. Control it, make it smooth. Listen to your hips and your back. Press those knees back a little bit, if that's okay with your sacrum. 5, 4, feel the burn. 3, 2, and then 1. Hold it here. Lift your right heel just an inch or 2. Keep pulsing. Down, down, nice and controlled. Slow, small, steady. Last 8, 7, really fluid. 6, 5, keep breathing, shoulders back, neck relaxed. 2, and then 1, hold it, switch to the other heel, left heel lifts, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. So feel those ribs sink back. Don't let yourself crumble towards the bar. Stay lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Both heels up. Pause here in this low hold. I know the legs are shaking. Lower your heels, lift your heels. Lower and lift. Lift. 8 more. Is anyone else feeling this at all? My legs are shaking. 3, 2, and then 1. Lower the heels, come all the way up. Stay in second as we're gonna continue here. So we're gonna go to second over to a curtsy. And I know we didn't really talk about the curtsy, but we're gonna go down. Right leg steps back, and then we go down. You can add that arm back, down. So if you have a weight, hold it in that right hand as you move through the right leg. Back, second, curtsy, second. Nice and slow. Weight through the outer edge of that left foot. Soft, light right leg. 5, 4. If you don't have a weight, stretch that arm. 3. Last 2. Oh, last 1. Hold second. Pause, reset. Left side, step back, and second. Back, and second. Keep going. So we want to embrace, even if you've never done ballet, I've never done ballet in my life, this fluid quality in our body. So as we reach, stretch, and bend, it's not all about muscling through. Finding that grace. 5 more. 5, 4, last 3, 2, and then 1. Step it together, shake out those legs. Okay, so second position. We might return to that in a moment, but let's make our way into first. So first, with those heels together, toes apart. So spread your toes wide. Feel the entire big toe mounds spread on the floor. Root even down into your pinky toe. And then from here, we're just gonna create some contractions in the body. So big breath in, exhale, squeeze the heels, kiss the seat back together. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, it's very little movement. Exhale, squeeze everything into your center line, let it go. Your abs, ribs, hips, let it go. Now that you've got that squeeze in here, can you also focus on this lengthening through the upper body, through the core? So we get taller as we squeeze and then let it go. We're gonna add a releve, so that's that heel lift. Here we go, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Squeeze, exhale, inhale down. It's like you're Darth Vader making that sound as you exhale. Some people prefer to think about blowing a straw like bubbles in a milkshake. Whatever connects you to your deeper core. When we exhale with an open mouth, we have to engage those deeper abdominal muscles. Last 3, 2, and then 1. I'm gonna turn to the side to show you my body positioning here. So if you have tight hamstrings, Achilles, low back, you might not plie a lot here, and that's fine. We want to avoid this. This is not a plie. That's like a weird squat, right? So we want to think about, it's like we're sliding down a wall and sliding up a wall. Sliding down and up. And then those knees go out and zip together. They unzip and then they lift. Keep going, those heels constantly squeezing, and we focus on the lift up through the knees, not the press down. Focus up. Beautiful. It's like you're opening the thighs and then zipping them. 8 more. Last 7. Hands are really light, no death grip here, unless you're feeling really unsteady. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on your last one, lower and hold. We're gonna resist, we're gonna press in, in, in. Keep going, pull the abs in, exhale. Last 8. Don't let the thighs squeeze. It's like you're squeezing an imaginary ball. Don't let them come together. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Push weight back into that pinky toe. Little pulses. 8. Focus on the lift. We're not totally straightening the legs here. They stay bent. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Hold it. We're going to press out, out. 8. You can feel this on your outer glutes here. 6, 5, 4. We're almost done. Try not to give up. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 8 more pulses. 8, 7, 6. Pinky toe rooted. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Stand up. Walk it out. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the hardest things of at-home working out is accountability. I get to like a certain amount, I'm like, I'm done. Turn it off and I leave. But allow this time, all this time at home and inside, to be maybe about challenging yourself or pushing yourself in other ways, because you're gonna have plenty of rest time, hopefully. Unless you have small children like me, there's no rest time. All right, so let's go ahead and come into chair position. Now with chair, we're working in that parallel position that we had talked about. So for the bar, or any kind of where we're placing our hands, step back slightly. You want to have enough space from your chest to the bar that you can comfortably hip hinge without tucking under, without overarching. So we want to think about the sits bones, these bony protrusions here that we sit on every day. Think about spreading them open. Now from here, my feet are uneven. I'm on like half carpet, half floor. But we're going to sit back, exhale, squeeze up. So inhale, spread the sits bones back, exhale, squeeze. Very similar to what we did on the mat in the beginning, those kneeling lifts. Now, this may not seem like a lot of work at first. The more you focus on squeeze, sit, squeeze. It's not just this up and down, up and down. We are really honing in on the outer hips, the back, the triceps. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And then 1, hold your chair. Little pulses back. Weight in the heels for this. Lift those toes. It's like you're sitting the tush back. In my classes, I call it stripper butt. I know that might not resonate with everyone, but it's that pushing the tush back, opening the sits bones, weight into the heels. 5, feel the abs stay in. 4, 3, 2, now here's when it gets difficult. Hold, lift your right foot like a flamingo leg, keep it in, and then just the left leg, weight back in the heels. Now watch your knees. We don't want them to go forward, forward. We want them to stay the same. The hips go back, back. That's all the difference when it comes to glutes versus quads. This is quads, bad for your knees. This is glutes, good for your butt. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Switch the legs, right heel down, left leg lifts. Here we go, lengthen the tush back, pulse, pulse. Keep breathing. Drive through the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Step the feet back. I'm gonna move my bar up a little bit. Step the feet back and hinge forward. Allow your hips to reach back. Try not to sink into your head like this. Think about heart lifted. There's this energy, right? We're reaching energetically our heart towards our support here and our tail back behind us. Stretch. All right, come on up. All right, so from here, last bit of bar work. We're gonna work on a little bit of bar legs here. So inner thighs, also our hip flexors. Oftentimes we feel very tight through these hip flexors and we think, oh man, I really have to stretch them. But because we're in a culture that sits in chairs and we sit in a 90-degree position on our hips, it's often that they're not just tight, they're also pretty weak. So let's go ahead and start. Right hand to our support. We're gonna stand on our right leg, slightly turn it out at an angle here. Standing up tall, relax your right shoulder. Try not to grip here or lean over just yet. We're going to keep the toes pointing forward. So no external rotation, no internal rotation, keep it pointing forward. And then as we're ready, just pull the knee up. Inhale, tap the toe down. Exhale, pull, get taller. Inhale down, don't lose that length. Tall and tap. Now, if you want to test your psoas strength and your hip flexor strength, can you lift your knee higher than your hip? Take a little pause at the top. Lift and lift. So we stay here if this is comfortable, if this is challenging enough. Otherwise, toes are still pointing forward. We're gonna lift straight up. So I'll turn it a diagonal. Lift, lift. Now notice I'm not just flinging my leg up and back. It's control. It's coming from my core. So can I resist on the way down? Are you guys sweating as much as I am? Maybe it's because I'm talking. Maybe we've got the heat on, I don't know, but I'm sweating profusely. Okay, so 3 more lifts here. Lift. It's good, right? Sweating is good. And then last one, hold it here. Bend the knee in, straighten the leg out. Try not to lower the knee. Keep it the same height. Extend and bend. Do you feel that in the top of your quad, top of your hip? If you need more support, brace the belly. 5 more, reach and bend. 3, last 2, and then 1. Whew. Shake it out. We'll go ahead and move to the other side. So take that left hand to the bar. Just flip that around. Relax your left shoulder. Grip is natural, neutral, and then from here, exhale, pull that knee up, get as tall as you can, upper body, back of the head lifts up, inhale down. Now if you can, bring one hand to your belly. When you exhale and lift that knee up, can you feel the abs pull away from your hands, or at least kind of firm up under your hands? Nice. Exhale, pull. Now, your left leg is strong. We're not sinking into that hip. We're pulling length out of that left hip. 5, Last 4, 3, 2 more, and then we add that optional extension, and then 1. So now we, remember it's that control. Stay lifted, stay tall through your upper body. Nice. Ooh, you can always tell what side's a little weaker. This one's a little shakier than the other side. And it gets a little hotter sooner. All right, last 5, 4, 3. We've got that hardest one yet coming. 2, optional of course. And then 1, hold it and lift. Bend the knee, extend. Bend, extend. Don't let that knee drop. Keep it high. Extend. Reach. Get as tall as you can through the upper body. Heart is lifted, back is lifted. 4, 3, 2. This is our last bit of standing work, bar work, and 1. Shake it out. Go ahead, walk those legs out. We can move our support out of the way. All right, so all we have left, a little bit of cardio, which you're like, hasn't this been cardio? At least I feel that. Some arm work and some ab work, and then we're gonna stretch. So for the cardio, we're gonna start with just a few air squats. So air squats, down and up, down and up. Let's begin. Inhale, exhale. Feel your whole foot working. We have 5 more here. We have the option, stay here, or you can come with me and add on. Last 3, 2, work those knees out, and then 1. So now we can releve, lift the heels. Lift. This is great if you're not a fan of jumping. Great if you've just had a baby. Jumping is not great if you've just had a baby. Last 5, you can stay here. 4, or you can come with me after this. 3, 2, and then 1. We have 10, adding the jump if you'd like. 7 more. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Walk it out, just a little break. Curtsy lunge kicks. Have the bar if you'd like it. We're going to right leg, back, kick, back, kick. Here you go. Back, kick, back, kick. You can hang on with the left arm if you'd like. Back, kick. We curtsy, kick, curtsy, kick. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Shake it out. Other side. Whew, okay. Left side. Bend, kick, bend, kick. Once again, controlling that leg lift. Back and kick, back and kick. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. All right, so we have last bit of work here. We're gonna do all on the mat. So feel free to get comfy down here on the floor. We're gonna start with arms. So let's start in any position that's comfortable for you. So if sitting on your butt in a cross-leg position isn't working, you can stay standing or stay kneeling. We're gonna reach the arms out. Reach your fingertips really long, like you're being pulled in opposite directions. Circle, let's circle forward. So keep reaching. Now if you're kneeling or standing, you might be more prone to feel this kind of thing going on in your core, right? So keep it steady, really steady. And I want you to imagine your arms are just an extension here. The movement is coming from your shoulder blades and your back. So feel those shoulder blades circle. Reach the fingers longer. Lengthen the neck. Slightly tuck the chin to keep your neck out of this. 4, 3, 2, and then 1, reach. You can always add those weights if you have them. Flip your palms up, reverse the circles, back. Keep reaching. Tall spine, no matter if you're standing, seated, or kneeling. Tall, tall, tall. Brace the belly. Reach those arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Hold them. Tap your shoulders. Reach out. Tap and reach. You can most certainly use those weights. I am not. And tap and reach. Keep those elbows as high as your shoulders. Try not to let them lower down. This is what's going to work your shoulders here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Tap the shoulders, squeeze the elbows in, open out. Squeeze and open. Squeeze and open. I bet you didn't think that using any kind of non-weighted work in the arms could burn so much, right? Squeeze and open. Feel the blades squeeze, feel them release. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Relax the arms by your sides, roll them out. We're gonna come into a few push-ups. Before we get into that, this is the incorrect way to push up. Your elbows are way out wide like wings. Your hands are way out wide. You wanna have the elbows slightly in like the letter V into your body. Why? Because it's gonna protect your rotator cuff and you're not gonna feel all this up in the neck and upper trap. You're gonna hopefully feel it in your serratus and in your shoulders. So find that positioning. I recommend a kneeling plank unless you're super strong, because we're gonna be doing quite a few of these. There's 2 variations of a kneeling push-up. This is easy, right? This is, well, the easiest is hands and knees. So when I come down, that means that tabletop position. When I come down, my heart reaches beyond my fingers, and then I push up. It's still challenging, but it's gonna keep your low back really, really happy. Great if you have low back issues. If you'd like to come a little bit more into that kneeling position, it'll be here. So we're gonna inhale down, exhale, press. Keep the collarbones open. Inhale down, exhale, press. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. We have 8 more. Inhale. Inhale down, exhale up. We have 8 more. No, you have 8 more. Last 6 and up. 5 and up. 4. Feel the abs lift you. 3. Last 2. Now last 1, lower and hover. Hold it here. Little baby pushes, just tiny. Keep it in this hover. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Push all the way up. Sit the hips back. We have 1 more set of push-ups here. We're gonna do our tricep variation. So now when we push up, those elbows stay close into the body. You yogis out there, it's like a chaturanga push-up. Biggest thing is don't let your shoulders drop below your elbows. So we don't wanna see this happen, okay? So we just lower to 90 and then we press up. Same thing here with the kneeling. We would just lower to 90 and press. When we keep going, lower and press. When we keep those elbows in, we're really working the backs of our arms, our triceps here, and we've got 6 more. 5, 4, 3, and you guessed it, at the end, we're gonna hover and pulse. 2, and 1. Now last 1, hold. 8, little pulses. 7, 6, 5, open collars. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big toes together, knees apart. Sit the hips back to the heels. Child's pose, stretch. Breathe. You can flip your palms up. You can wrap your hands around your sides to relax your arms. Whew. All right. So last bit of work. We're going to come onto our backs. Now just a little something here. If you've had a baby within the last 4 to 5 months, you are going to refrain from lifting your head and shoulders off of the mat. No crunching, no abdominal curling. Unless you know your diastasis is healed and you've worked towards that, we just want to really make sure that we're not aggravating that. So for our abs, we're going to start legs up to the ceiling. We're going to get in here really quick because we're running out of time. I want to stick to the timing that I gave you guys. So legs straight up, arms by your sides. Now tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. Don't lift the head for this one, keep it down. You're gonna lower your right leg, let it hover over the mat, and then lift. And then left, and then lift. Your biggest thing here, keep going, is that when you lower one leg, that you don't let your low back pop up off of the mat. It stays pressed down, imprinted. 5, 4, last 3, 2, and then 1. So now we're gonna add dead bug. Arms here, arms reach up to the ceiling, legs are reaching up to the ceiling. We're gonna lower that right leg, flex the foot, let it hover 3 inches over the mat. Reach the right heel, flex both feet. Now don't let your low back peel off of the mat. Brace the belly, bolt that belly down. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, pull that right leg up. And then lower the left, flex the foot, let it hover 3 inches or less above the floor. Not too high unless your back is saying otherwise. Hold. Now our core is engaged. So where do we breathe, right? We can't really breathe into the belly because we're engaging it. Breathe into your back, into your ribs, into your chest. Exhale, float it up. Here we go, last 2 rounds. Right leg down, left leg over, or left arm overhead. Reach. Bolt it down. Feel that kind of diagonal line from your left shoulder to your right hip. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Right arm, left leg. Hold it here. Reach. Breathe. Breathe into your ribs, into your back body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Oh, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Final bit of ab work, both legs up to the ceiling. We're gonna have our Charlie's Angels fingers, so index and thumb out, wrap your fingers around. Now, from here, we're gonna tuck the chin. Now, those of you who are newly postpartum, keep the head down. Tuck the chin, lower the right leg, hover it 3 inches over the mat. The head and neck stay the same the whole time. Lift to the tips of your shoulder blades. Point your hand to the inside of that left leg, up and over to the outside of the left leg. So just the arms are moving around. Up and over, up and over. Bolt the navel down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Don't lower that head, just switch the legs. Up and over, up and over. Arms back and around. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Okay, abs are over. Little stretch, a little relaxation. I promised you some relaxation here. So place your feet flat onto the mat. Let your arms open out like a T. Take a big breath in and out. And before we even think about moving into anything, just feel your body just kind of let go onto the floor. All of that engagement, all of that sweat and burn and shakiness, let it all go. I love doing higher intensity workouts. It's something that's challenging because it's not temporary. We have to remember that these things that are really tough or difficult or frustrating, they all end at some point, right? And then we get to just kind of sit in the stillness. So from here, let's go ahead and cross our right thigh over our left. Now, if you want more of a chest stretch, you can bend 90 degrees for cactus elbows or goalpost elbows, whatever resonates, and take a big breath in. As you exhale, let your knees drop to the left. You can look over your right shoulder and just breathe here. This isn't about how deeply you stretch. It's not about how far you go. Just take a moment and let the body be exactly where it is. Feeling that shoulder soften. Maybe we can take a big breath into our whole right side, easing any of that tension. One more big breath here. And the next time we exhale, go ahead and bring those legs back into the center. Cross the left thigh over the right. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let the knees drop to the right, and maybe just let the head turn over to the left. If it's available, maybe we close the eyes. But once again, not trying to be anywhere, just settling in exactly where we are right now. Take a bit of an inventory of the body. How do the legs feel now? How does the abdominal area feel? The shoulders? One more big breath in. And then unwind the body. If you'd like, you can come into a happy baby, or you can come into a reclining butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees out. Just make sure whatever you take is a comfortable place for your back and for your body. Just taking a few breaths in whatever position you'd like to be in. And when you feel ready, I hope that you are able to give yourself about 3 to 5 minutes of some kind of rest. And for some people, that's the hardest part of the mindful workout, right? Is to actually sit in stillness after all that. But wherever you are, just take 3 big breaths into the body. So inhale into your nose. I want you to imagine breathing into every single cell of your body, filling it with light, health, positivity. And as you exhale, just imagine this gray mist leaving your body. Any kind of stagnation, negativity, anxiety, worry, let it all go. We'll do that 2 more times at your own pace. That big breath in. Hold it, savor it. And then that big breath out. And just take your time, hugging the knees in one more time. Maybe rolling to one side or the other. In the fetal position, just give yourself a moment in this position. That recovery space, that comfort. And when you feel ready, just take your time pressing yourselves up to a seat or to standing. And I hope this workout helped with ease any kind of anxiety or worry you've been feeling. For me personally, physical movement is an outlet I am not prepared to lose. So I will be uploading more videos. I'll try to schedule another live stream. If you have a request, I am a yoga instructor, I'm a Pilates instructor, Barre instructor. I'm also going to be doing a high intensity interval training workout, 20 minutes tops. Anything you'd like to see, please feel free to let me know and I will try to work on that. All right, well, thank you all, and I hope you all have a